Hi everyone, Daniel here, and today I'll be talking about the Surface Headphones 2. Now on paper, these are just a small iteration on Microsoft's first generation Surface headphones. But if you, like me, owned the first generation Surface headphones, there are actually quite a few differences that really add up. So today's review will primarily be a compare and contrast of the Surface Headphones 2 with the first generation Surface headphones. So first up, let's talk about the physical differences. Of course, they now come in black, which is a great thing. I was primarily looking for Surface headphones to be in black. I had a concern with the lighter color of the Surface headphones first generation discoloring over time. I've seen pictures where that is the case. It is nice that the Surface headphones do come in that silver gray that Surface devices are known for, but for headphones, I think it's preferable to have them in black so that they don't discolor over time with body oils and whatnot. So that's a great plus for me. Now also, the ear cups now rotate 180 degrees versus just 90 degrees on the first Surface headphones. A lot of people will see this as a positive, as they will now more easily be able to drape over your neck if you want to take them off and just have them hang around your neck for a little bit. I actually see this kind of as a slight negative, however, though, because typically I will leave the case for the headphones on my desk at work, and then if I need to take them off for a short period of time, I will throw them back in the case. But not like completely close it up and pack them away, just have them sitting in the case open, ready for me to pop them back on. It's harder to just take them off and casually put them in the case with Surface Headphones 2 because of that 180 degrees rotation. When I take them off and try to hold them with one hand, they like to flop around a little bit. That wasn't the case with the first generation Surface headphones, as they'd only rotated 90 degrees in one direction. So when I took them off, they were still rigid in my hand. So I was able to easily open the case with one hand and place the headphones into the case with the other. It's kind of a more cumbersome process with the Surface Headphone 2 now that they rotate 180 degrees. So something to keep in mind when using these day to day. I also noticed that the band adjustment, so like the ratcheting part where you adjust the length of the ear cups and the band, is a bit more rigid now. So on the first Surface headphone, they were kind of loose. The movement or the ratcheting on the headband was kind of loose. They seem a lot stiffer now, and you can actually audibly tell the difference. So that's a plus there in terms of the small construction differences. But that being said, overall, the construction and the feel of it on the head is basically identical from the first generation Surface headphones. So when they're on your head, the weight is primarily on the top of your head rather than any sort of clamping force. And then also any construction or manufacturer flaws from first generation have unfortunately carried over to the second generation Surface Headphones 2. So the top band snapping, if you put too much force opening them, it has a tendency to crack on top, and then also the top cushion has a tendency to come unglued. So unfortunately, that's still present on the Surface Headphones 2. Now you also get a case with the Surface headphones with like a lot of other high-end wireless headphones. This case is slightly improved over the first generation now. Now there is a divot on the back side of the case, so you can more easily grab it when pulling it in and out of the bag. It's a small difference, but it's an immediately noticeable difference. It just makes using the headphones every day just that much better to use, and so that's a nice subtle but noticeable improvement over the original Surface headphones. Now, of course, these are premium-ish, high quality wireless headphones, so the sound and battery life are very important for these. When it comes to sound, I'm far from an audiophile, so keep that in mind. and I haven't used a whole lot of headphones in the past. I don't have experience with the Sony headphones or the Bose, so I can't speak about those differences. That being said, I can tell the difference between good and bad sounding audio, and these sound pretty good. Headphones 2 don't sound much different from headphones 1, so there's nothing they really tweak there. And they overall, they sound pretty good. I have no complaints about how they sound. Now, battery life is a larger discussion. So they advertise headphones 2 to have a 20-hour battery life. This is a 5-hour jump from the 15 hours of the original Surface headphones. Now, out of the box, that is not the case, because Surface Headphone 2 have this new feature called aptX, APTX audio. So it's basically a compression algorithm that allows for higher quality audio to travel over Bluetooth. And that is on by default on headphones 2, which actually tanks the battery life down to about 16 to 17 hours. So with the 20-hour battery life that I was expecting, I was getting at least 3 hours less. And other than the color, one of the big reasons I wanted to upgrade to headphones 2 over headphones 1 was battery life, because I couldn't go through 2 full working days with headphones 1 without having to recharge them. I had to recharge them daily. Theoretically, with 20 hours of battery life, I would be able to get through 2 working days before having to recharge. After turning off the aptX option, I am getting about 19 to 20 hours of battery life on headphones 2, so I'm able to go 2 days before having to recharge headphones 2. That was highly desirable to me, because changing the frequency of which you're recharging, so going from 1 day to 2 days, so essentially cutting your recharge rate in half, will, as with many other devices we have today with rechargeable batteries, will extend the life of the device, because you're not going through as many charge cycles as quickly. So hopefully the battery on headphones 2 will last, in theory, about twice as long as they would with headphones 1, which I was having to charge daily. So that's something to keep in mind if you just got headphones 2, or you're thinking about getting headphones 2 and you want to get that 20 hours of battery life. You have to go into the Surface audio app, which I'll talk about later. You have to go into that audio app and turn off the aptX setting in order to get your full 20 hours of battery life. And I can't really tell much of a difference between the audio quality with it on or off. So honestly, I would highly recommend turning off that option so that you can get the full advertised 20 hours of battery life. There's also some audio feedback you get from these headphones. You have the dials on the side of the head to control both volume and amount of active noise cancellation, and you get a combination of beeps and audio cues to let you know where you're at in those settings without having to physically look at the app or your phone. In the initial Surface headphones, a lot of those audio cues came from Cortana. So there were some canned built-in voice cues to let you know if you have max noise cancellation, or you're into, pass through, or if you're amplifying audio. Like a lot of other things that Microsoft's doing, they are phasing out Cortana from the consumer space and kind of just shoveling it off to Office and Outlook. And I think that was actually a bad move with the Surface headphones. I'm not a big Assistant fan in general. While I did prefer Cortana, I didn't use Cortana a whole lot. Even when I had a Windows phone, I didn't use Cortana a whole lot. That being said, the transition from Cortana in headphones 1 to this generic voice in headphones 2, the implementation of that generic voice is less polished and quite honestly really annoying in some aspects. So the frequency at which you hear beeps for when changing settings, especially with the active noise cancellation, happens a lot more frequently than they did on headphones 1. which gets kind of annoying. So if you are switching from full active to pass through to amplification, it beeps a lot more quickly and sometimes runs in with one another, and that is especially the case with the voice that you get with that feedback letting you know what settings you're changing. So that generic voice will run in with itself.
Hi, you've got about 10 hours of battery left. You're connected to
Pixel 3a.
ambient sound amplified. Maximum noise cancellation. Ambient sound amplified. Maximum noise cancellation. Six hours left. Connected to
Pixel 3a.
maximum noise cancellation. Pass-through sound, ambient sound amplified. Pass-through sound. Maximum noise cancellation. Pass-through sound, ambient sound amplified. Pass-through sound, maximum noise cancellation.
It's really annoying, and it didn't really happen on Headphones 1, and it just, again, it feels like a less polished product because of that. Honestly, I think a lot of people won't even notice, but it's something that I noticed coming from Headphones 1. So if you're thinking about upgrading from Headphones 1 to Headphones 2, it's something to keep in mind if that's something you think would bother you. And then of course, we have the Surface Audio app. So again, the stripping out of Cortana means that the Surface headphones no longer sync and have settings through the Cortana app, which honestly kind of didn't make sense before anyway. So Microsoft now has this new Surface Audio app that you can connect and sync your Surface headphones, Surface Headphone 2, or Surface earbuds. So you go in there, you have all of your settings, you can get firmware updates, and then of course you have equalizer settings if you want to futz with that stuff. It's nothing too crazy in there, but it's nice to have with what are considered premium headphones. And the previous setting that I mentioned, the aptX setting, you would also go into the Surface Audio app here to change that setting. So that all being said, Surface Headphones 2, I think, are a worthy upgrade for anyone using Surface Headphones 1 and want it to just be slightly better. Like I said throughout this video, the two big things that I wanted when looking to upgrade from the first Surface headphones was for it to be in black and to have longer battery life, and I got that in the Surface Headphones 2, so I'm happy with my purchase. And now the Surface Headphones 2, they come in at just $250. The original Surface headphones launched at $350 like its competitors. They now dropped that price down to $250, so it's coming in $100 less than the Sony headphones and the Bose headphones. So yes, on those headphones, you do get a slightly more compact design. You do get slightly better noise cancellation, I believe, on the Sonys, and slightly better audio on the Bose is my understanding. But is that $100 difference for you? For me, I'm not really an audio snob. I just want good noise cancellation, decent audio, in a package that is comfortable and easy to use. And that's what I got with the Surface Headphones 2. And of course, I have Surface devices that I can use, have that cool brand synergy if that's something you care about. So it's nice to have the Surface Headphones 2 for that. So yeah, that's about it. That's all I have to say for the Surface Headphones 2. If you also upgraded from Headphones 1 to Headphones 2, let me know what you think about the process in the comments below. Microsoft typically has a big upgrade on their 3rd generation Surface products. So what do you think? What do you want to see in the next generation Surface headphones? Let me know in the comments below. If you're interested in more reviews like this, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. And of course, if you want to see more Microsoft tech reviews, be sure you're subscribed. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.